Well, Prince Mbonisi Zulu's urgent application to interdict a rumoured coronation has not been granted. The brother of the late Zulu King Goodwill Zwelithini claimed in court papers that the disputed heir to the throne, Prince Mbonisi Zulu, was set to be installed as monarch in a secret coronation to be held on Friday. The judge adjourned the application to be heard together with another matter relating to the monarchy. Mawande Kheswa is following the story for us. He joins us now live for an update. So this urgent application not granted today, Mawande. Just tell us how it was brought about and what the arguments were.
Well, from what we understand, this was brought about by a rumor that had been spreading. So they found out through the grapevine that an alleged coronation was set to take place tomorrow, and therefore Prince Mbonisi applied for an urgent interdict to halt this so-called coronation from taking place. We were able to speak to the attorney that was representing Prince Mbonisi, and this is what he had to say.
We came here to oppose that application on the basis that there is no coronation that is taking place on the 3rd of December. And in fact, a coronation is something that is prescribed by legislation. It involves the Premier, and in fact it is spearheaded by the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. The Premier of KwaZulu-Natal also instructed counsel who appeared today to confirm that there is no coronation that is taking place.
All right, so what are the lawyers for the applicant here, Prince Mbonisi Zulu, saying? How are they responding to this?
Well, before I continue, Shahan, let me just rectify an error there. That was the attorney representing Prince Mbonisi Zulu, and the attorney representing Prince Mbonisi. What they said really is that they are in a position where they welcome the adjournment, although it's not necessarily being granted the court interdict. However, it's something that they do welcome because they feel as though it's in the interest of the application that was put forth by their client, Prince Mbonisi, and then one of the respondents being Prince Mbonisi Zulu. Let's take a listen.
I believe that the court has seen it in its wisdom that this matter cannot be disposed of today by way of dismissing the application. It realized that there are merits, and that's why it has adjourned the matter and ordered that this application be heard together with the matter that is going to be heard on the 7th of December. So we are generally happy with the outcome because to a certain degree, we did get what we wanted. We only wanted confirmation that there is no coronation, and that's exactly what we have extracted today in this proceedings.
Okay, so the judge actually adjourned the matter so that it could be heard together with another case relating to the monarchy. Just put all of that together for us and tell us what's going to happen there.
Yes, that is indeed the case. You will recall that the subject of who the rightful heir to the throne is something that is now in the hands of the courts, and that's what is expected to continue when they do return to courts. The 2 days of the understanding is the 7th and the 8th. You do know that there is that battle between the two sides of the family. One side that recognizes Prince Mbonisi Zulu as the rightful heir to the throne, they recognize him as the king, and then there's the other side that does not see him as, or recognize him rather, as the king. And therefore we are now here where we're finding a situation where it's in the hands of the court, something that may not necessarily be ideal, considering that there are quite a number of factors that play parts when it comes to this succession battle since the passing of King Goodwill Zwelithini. Over and above that, the adjournment, the judge says that it is best that it is adjourned and they combine it with the remaining matters because it all forms part of the same process, in the sense that the coronation really is something that is done when the king is going to be then the correct word defeats me at this point in time, but since Prince Mbonisi Zulu isn't recognized by certain members of the family and the government as well, because that certificate has not yet been brought forward in terms of government, is not yet recognized. So coronation takes place once that has been done, or it paves the way for that to be done, and therefore it cannot continue until court gives out a verdict on the current matter in terms of the succession battle. So we do expect that next week we will get some more light in terms of how this is going to end when the Zulu monarch is concerned.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Mawande Kheswa following that story for us.